Join ForumIAS Academy, trusted by hundreds of toppers, including IAS Rank 1 Anudeep Durishetty, Shruti Sharma, and Ishita Kishore.
Hello everyone, welcome to the series Key Concepts of Anthropology. Today we are going to discuss what is cyber anthropology. It is also called as digital anthropology, techno-anthropology, virtual anthropology. These are all synonyms of this particular term. Since we are living currently in the midst of a digital revolution, it becomes a very important standpoint to understand that what kind of impact is the technology bringing upon human beings. Yes? And I was just telling you in the guiding principles video that there are certain guiding principles of anthropology, and one of the most prominent ones was holism, where we are intended to study the all-round impact of society and its cultural tenets on humans. And since we are living in the digital revolution era, there is a permanent set of impact which is being brought by the digital revolution upon us. So therefore, cyber anthropology aims to study the interactions bridging out of humans and digital space or digital tech. What kind of digital tech are we referring to over here? It can range from artificial intelligence, okay? It can range to the more, increased usage of the smartphones and internet connectivity. It can talk about digital activism, etc. These are just some facets which I'm pointing out. There are multiple facets to it. If you look at your own behavioral pattern and if you try to analyze what is your screen time today and what it used to be 10 years back or 5 years back, you will understand what kind of study is this pointing out to. There is a long-term impact of the digital technology which is being now recorded or seen on human beings. And not just on human beings personally, also on their everyday interactions. Societal changes, power dynamics, activism, and research technologies. So that is why I use the term that we are sitting in the middle of a digital revolution. So therefore, there will be short 100% impact on the way of life which we live. So if I represent here, so this is the digital technology. This is human behavior. And this is the interrelated impact. So this particular targeted area was anthropology is aiming to study, cyber anthropology in specific, because I'm going to talk about the impact of digital space on human behavior as well as with respect to the changes observed on the cultural forefront. So if I have to break down what will cyber anthropology study? So the first parameter is to study human engagement with the tech. What do I mean by this? What kind of human engagement do we see with technology? Like I was quoting, what is your screen time? How much time do you spend just scrolling endlessly without any particular agenda in mind? No, right? So this is human engagement, meaning what kind of behavioral patterns or what kind of engagement do we have with the digital realm, okay? Be it the AI, be it the smartphones, be it social media networking, any of these, right? This is the human engagement. Second is changes or what kind of human behavior are we seeing out of this engagement? Okay, for example, so here I was talking about screen time or people using ChatGPT or social media or OTT. Okay, this is the kind of engagement we have with the cyberspace on a daily basis. The second is human behavior, that what kind of behavioral changes are being seen in human beings because of the digital tech. So the first one is a reduction in the attention span. So we all must have heard that there is a very increasingly, rise in the cases of attention deficient disorders, where students and young children are not able to concentrate for longer durations of time. The span has reduced very much because of the reels culture, shorts culture, right? So this is an impact on the behavior, because if you cannot focus and do your things, your regular mundane activities, that means the effectiveness of the activity is going to change. The behavioral perspective is going to change. The second kind of change in the behavioral patterns which you can see is recently too much in news. There are a lot of deep fake videos all around us. You must have seen a lot of reports on deep fakes. So what is that? Where human beings are using artificial intelligence to create something which is not original. So that can have an impact on the victims, on criminals. There can be a lot of impeding effects on how it can be dealt with. So it is a change on the behavioral pattern. Third aspect is change in social organization. Now this study is going to be a long-term one, where we intend to study what kind of changes do we see in the power dynamics around us, in the society. What kind of changes do we see at the cultural level? Okay, so whether there is a increasing trend of celebrating the traditional festivals or not. Okay, whether there is any kind of power dynamics. What do I mean by this? No, if you look at some influential person and their interview, the first thing people these days discuss is what is their follower count, number of followers. What is your impact over there? How much do you earn from YouTube? We recently had the Creators Award also for YouTube people. So this is the changing power dynamics, where we are having a new profession which is seeping into our lives. We see people on a daily basis and they are earning a lot. So will that bring a change in power dynamics? And the second idea is, what impact is it going to have at the cultural setup, at the basic cultural level, right? The next aspect we'll study about is digital activism. All of us are aware of the Me Too movement, right? Which brought to forefront a lot of abuse which was being tolerated and perpetuated by women across, 20 years down the line or 25 years. Women got voices because a tweet or a post could do what you couldn't do at home, right? So it is giving rise to digital activism also. And the next front is digital ethnography. So do you know what is an ethnography? It is a detailed study of a particular culture. And eventually, when we are doing a detailed study of many cultures simultaneously, we end up comparing them. So there are two terms, ethnology and ethnography. You will find out what is the difference. However, what do I mean by digital ethnography is using digital tools or softwares as a research tool in anthropological research. This was also a question which was asked in Mains 2023, that can you name some digital softwares which are used in anthropological research, right? So this is that angle where, like I was telling you, in fieldwork tradition, you have to go to the site and study about a particular culture. Using digital ethnography, what can be done? At the click, I will have related research articles on my table. I will have every kind of ongoing research. I can send a questionnaire through emails. I can have an online interview, right? So there are a lot of ways in which digital technologies can be used to conduct archaeological research. We also have a software tool called SPSS, which is widely used for analysis with respect to the economic domain also, right? So these are the angles of cyber or digital anthropology. I hope you've understood. Thanks.